love of learning. A teacher who is attempting to teach without inspiring the pupil with a desire to learn is hammering on cold iron. Develop a passion for learning. If you do, you will never cease to grow. And for life. Education is life itself. They know enough who know how to learn. Education is the ability to listen to almost anything without losing your temper or your self-confidence. They cannot stop me. Education is the ability to meet life situations. Learning starts with failure. The first failure is the beginning of education. Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of true education. Education consists mainly of what we have unlearned. If you have to put someone on a pedestal, put teachers. They are society's heroes. The duties of a teacher are neither few nor small, but they elevate the mind and give energy to the character. The best teachers are those who show you where to look, but don't tell you what to see. Heart is slightly bigger than the average human heart, but that's because teachers can change the greatest act of optimism. One child, one teacher. Students don't care how much you know until the art of teaching is the art of assisting discovery. Education doesn't just make us smarter, it makes us whole. Teaching kids to count is fine, but teaching them what counts is best. I am indebted to my father for living, but I like a teacher who gives you something to take home to think about besides homework. I have learned silence from the talkative, toleration from the intolerant, and kindness from the ungrateful to those teachers. A good teacher can inspire hope, imagination, and instill a love of learning. A teacher who is attempting to teach without inspiring the pupil with a desire to learn is hammering on cold iron. Good teachers know how to bring out the best in students. An investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. The roots of education are bitter, but the fruit is sweet. The more places you'll go. Live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. The learning process continues until the day you die. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. Develop a passion for learning. If you do, you will never cease to grow. Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. They know enough who know how to learn. Education is the ability to listen to almost anything without losing your temper or your self-confidence. They cannot stop me. I will get my education if it is in the home, school, or any place. Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. He who opens a school door closes a prison. Education is the ability to meet life situations.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you all for registering and attending this national level online faculty development program on research methodology using ChatGPT and AI tools organized by the PG Department of Computer Applications, the Internal Quality Assurance Cell 𝐏𝐼𝐞𝐬𝐴𝐶, and Lincoln University College Marine Research Center LUC-MRC of Marian College Kuttikanam Autonomous in association with the Kerala State Higher Education Council. We would like to welcome Dr. Suresh Nambudiri, who is the chief resource person for today, and who will also be taking the session today. And we would also like to welcome all the FDP resource persons, managers, directors, principals, vice principals, representatives from management, HODs, IQAC coordinators, and all faculty members. Now, about this FTP, this is an 8-day FTP program with live session at the same timing of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And we expect you to attend on all the 8 days. This is actually our third day of the FDP, and a few things regarding the payments. Fee for the LMS access and processing of the certificate, you need to pay an amount of rupees 600. All the participants who have paid the processing fee will receive the LMS access, the video recordings for all the days, and the participation e-certificate from college, and also a printed FTP completion certificate from the KSHEC. Please note that both these certificates will only be for the paid candidates. The procedure for receiving the certificate will be informed to you towards the end of the FTP. If any of you are yet to make the payment, you can make the payment of rupees 600 to the Marian College account details that I will put in the chat shortly. If you are unable to attend any of these live sessions, it will be available in the LMS. We have shared the LMS access details through email to those who have made the or shared the payment proof in WhatsApp till yesterday. Those who have shared the payment proof in WhatsApp today will get the LMS access. If you have any trouble in attending the online session, which is in WebEx, you can also access it on YouTube live stream. I will put the link in the chat now. Okay, you can see that in the chat. Okay, so those people who are having maybe issues with audio or anything can also try accessing this YouTube live. Okay. Now, my name is 𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐢𝐧𝐠. I'm working as Global Relations Manager for IPSR Solutions Limited, and I will be the event moderator. Now, moving on to today's session. Today's technical session will be on prompt engineering, the first part of prompt engineering, and it will be taken by Dr. Suresh Namboothiri, who's the Director of Expert Technologies, Pune. Just a brief introduction about Dr. Suresh Namboothiri. Dr. Suresh Namboothiri is a product design specialist in automobiles, consumer electronics, home appliances, computers, and telecommunication with over 30 years of industry experience. When he resigned from the corporate world to contribute to the Indian education sector, he was Chief Operating Officer with Tata Motors. He was part of the team that developed the first Indian car, Indica. He has designed and developed over 200 products, including washing machines, refrigerators, desktops, and laptop computers, smartphones, and accessories, many of them for the first time in India. He has traveled to over 22 countries and closely worked with engineers from 8 countries. He is highly sought after professional, interviewing for senior positions in engineering and management for Indian and MNCs operated in India. The insights that he gathered from interviewing over 12,000 candidates made him investigate and research the state of engineering education, particularly in engineering education. The findings eventually led him to associate with a global team of 158 industry professionals and 2 Ivy League universities for a pan-India ethnographic survey for unearthing the root causes and finding sustainable solutions. Currently, Dr. Suresh Namboothiri is working as the Director of Expert Technologies, Pune. He has served as resource person for faculty development programs in topics of outcome-based education, critical and creative thinking, ChatGPT and AI tools for educators, design thinking, etc. He is currently collaborating with HEIs like IITs and NITs and other premier institutions for improving the employability of students. He is a mentor, researcher, and an educator in addition to a senior corporate consultant. He is a BTech Mechanical, MTech Production Engineering, and MBA, New Product Development. His PhD research subject is cognitive rigor requirement for startups and entrepreneurship. Over to you, sir.
Okay, thanks, Sijin, for this introduction, and good evening to all. Today we are going to start a very important session. So I hope I will wait for a few more minutes so that more people will be joining the program. So till that time, I will tell you what I was telling day before yesterday, that is on the inauguration day. I told 3 points. The point number 1 was that still there is a huge population that is in academia and in industry and everywhere. There is a huge population. They think that ChatGPT is another fad and another gimmick. Therefore, they are not giving attention to this. This is a very dangerous trend, and our society and our country and our educated population, we cannot afford this. Because like automobiles, how it changed the history of mankind, like computer, like internet, how these things change the mankind, similar way, this ChatGPT is only a brand name, but this generic word is a generative AI. That technology is changing. Therefore, whether we like it or not, and whether we think it is a fad or not, it is necessary that we have to board that boat. And while traveling with ChatGPT or generative AI, let people decide whether it is fad or not. So anyone who is relative of yours, your seniors, your juniors, or your peers, my request is that you please be the torch bearer and tell everyone that ChatGPT is not a fad. At least try it. At least try generative AI. Otherwise, we are going to miss a lot in our life. That was the point number 1 I said day before yesterday. Point number 2, what I said was that when we use appropriately, ChatGPT or generative AI is not going to put us in problem of plagiarism. It is like, I have given an example that we cannot say ChatGPT said this. It is equivalent to say my Maruti Desire car can go only at 40 kilometers. If Maruti Desire is traveling at 40 kilometers, it is because of the setting, its gear and the accelerator, how much it is given. Because of that, this Maruti car is going at 40 kilometers per hour. Similarly, ChatGPT is very flexible. Like we can change the gear of the car and we can increase the acceleration of the car, and the car is going to behave in a very different way. Similarly, ChatGPT or any other AI generative AI program are going to behave according to the way we want. Therefore, there are settings, there are fine-tunings. Therefore, if someone puts a chat or someone puts a video, someone puts a news by saying that ChatGPT got caught, ChatGPT's research got rejected, please don't take it on its face value. Be critical, be rational, and think what is the reason for this news. Because ChatGPT cannot be just one thing, ChatGPT is not one rigid thing. ChatGPT or generative AI, it is like a fluid. It is very, very flexible. It is going to think, it is going to behave, it is going to give the output based on our control, based on our instruction. So therefore, there is nothing called, this is what ChatGPT's answer, because that is the answer created by that person sat in front of computer, that's all. It is the reflection of his or her thinking. It is not the reflection of the capability of generative AI. A tool is as good as the person's skill or talent, that person who is using that tool. Similarly, ChatGPT is a tool. As I was telling, it is not a source. So we are using the tool. So there is absolutely no chance of getting plagiarism through generative AI if we are careful, if we are using as a tool. For example, I can buy paint brush, I can buy canvas, and I can start painting Mona Lisa. If I do that, I am exactly copying that. But in the case of generative AI, there is no fixed copy from anywhere. So there is no chance for a person with the capability and skill to get into plagiarism through ChatGPT. One may find it that it looks like a generative AI. It looks like a ChatGPT output. That in the future we have to live with that, because I am a person from India and English is not my mother tongue. But I have got so much of ideas and I want to present those ideas. So this presentation of my ideas, if it has to get an international reach, I am going to write it in English, and I am going to definitely go for a Quillbot or a Grammarly grammar check. I am going to fine tune it. Even the presentation what I am showing here, this is I can say that 90% it is my idea and my team's idea. Whatever I am going to show you, you won't see this elsewhere. Whatever I am going to speak to you regarding prompt engineering and how this prompt engineering is going to be a very impactful tool for research. This nobody is going to tell you. You are not going to get this information elsewhere because they are not copied, but they are all generated with some ideas. So therefore, the second point, what I was telling you the last day was that ChatGPT will not be the reason for plagiarism. The person who is using it is the reason for the plagiarism. So through prompt engineering, or it is custom prompting, we are going to see that how to use it, so that we are going to get all the resources available to any other scientist or any other thinker sitting in Korea, China, Malaysia, Singapore, Japan, USA, Canada, anywhere. We are also getting the same thing. I really feel this is what coming to that equal. We are in the same pedestal now. So we have to use this as a God-sent opportunity, and we have to make sure that we are making the best use of this. I know that our researchers, our teachers, our scholars, our research guides, all are brilliant people. But our main complaint was that we do not have the support. ChatGPT is a godsend thing which is giving the intellectual support, what we were lacking so far. So therefore, we need not worry about plagiarism. And the third point I spoke that day was this. We made 14 stages of the total research methodology, research process. In this process, one by one, we analyzed what is the component of cognitive effort, what is the component of physical effort. Where there is a cognitive effort, we cannot automate that. Wherever there is a physical or a repeating work, that can be automated. We have seen that out of the 14, there were only 2 places the physical effort is coming anywhere near to 50%. Everywhere else, right from literature review or for developing a hypothesis, when we see like this, everywhere it is a cognitive skill. Therefore, wherever there is an automation, we can use standard AI tools. But wherever there is a cognitive ability to be applied, and the result of our effort is depending upon the cognitive abilities, then the solution is using custom prompting. With the custom prompting, we can fine tune. And this is what we are going to speak today and tomorrow. Tomorrow means tomorrow is Sunday, day after tomorrow. So now we have got some more participants join, but because it is a very important point, I really wanted more participants to join. The main reason, I am not telling big about myself, but I wanted to tell you, each one of you, that whatever we are speaking here, it will be very difficult to find elsewhere. Therefore, I want to make sure that the maximum people are joining this, and then we will start. Okay, let me start sharing my. Before I start, I wanted to tell you one interesting thing. Just 10 minutes before, I was logging into my ChatGPT account. I have got a ChatGPT 4, that is plus account, and they wanted me to prove that I am human. And the type of the images what they have given, it is impossible to prove that I am human. But I changed the computer and I am able to log in now. And in case I am getting any problem with my ChatGPT account, there will be a disruption for about few minutes, so that I will log in with an alternate credential. So this point I wanted to tell you in the beginning. So I welcome everyone to this most important part of our program, that is prompt engineering for teachers, scientists, researchers, everyone. This is a prompt engineering, and before we go to the next slide, I wanted to tell you that now don't get scared by this terminology, because prompt engineering has got nothing to do with the engineering what they teach in engineering colleges, and prompting is not a tough word. I will tell you what is the significance of these two. Engineering, actually, what is the meaning of engineering? It is not a technology. Engineering has got a great literary meaning. It is skillfully arranged for something to occur. Engineering just means skillfully arrange for something to occur. Means that is what called engineering. For example, we can say like that, the political party engineered a majority in the parliament, or the company engineered a deal with striking workers. So engineering is a literary word. So we need to see this from that point of view. And second thing is, what are we engineering? It is prompt. But what is prompt? We prompted somebody to do something. But what is prompt? Prompting, actually, there are many meanings, but for ChatGPT or for generative AI, the key terminology for prompt is encourage to say something. Encourage to say something. But it is not that simple. In Webster's dictionary, they are saying that encourage a hesitating speaker to say something. Means ChatGPT is sitting, ChatGPT is hesitating. So we have to give some prompt to make ChatGPT to speak. So it is actually prompt engineering means we are skillfully arranging that thing to happen. So now let us go to the next one. This is a particular situation. It's a metaphor. It's a situation. Most of us or most people, they get only garbage from the computer. Means what we get is garbage, because It is called garbage in, garbage out. We get the answers in this way. Now let us see why it is like this. Quality of the questions decides the quality of the answers. If we have to get correct and good answers, we have the responsibility to ask sharp and correct questions. Now, quality of the question decides the quality of the answer. This is what they call 𝐏𝐽𝐽, garbage in, garbage out. I spoke therefore yesterday. Now, the skill and ability to question the answers lead to new knowledge generation. We are all taught about answering the question, but the new generation, the new technology in 21st century, what we require is ability to question the answers. So these are all the two things. What is on the left and right? These two things are really the foundations of prompt engineering. I will tell you, these two are not new. It was there for centuries, maybe 2000 years ago. I will show you here. What you see on the left hand side, I am not speaking religion here. This is about Prashna Upanishad. Prashna Upanishad is number 4 in hierarchy in Upanishad. Upanishad doesn't have religion. In this Upanishad, Prashna Upanishad is very important. It is full of questions. It is encouraging everyone to ask questions. In that, everything is explained through questions. If you have not seen, my request is that please read the English translation of this. It is actually eye-opening and mind-opening. It is Prashna Upanishad. Everywhere, importance of questioning is explained here. Now, why? Why are questions crucial? Incisive questions spark innovation. When somebody asks us a question, our mind automatically get a responsibility for answering. So this is the questions we ask determine the answers we find. Ask a new question and you will find a new path. Second is deep inquiry leads to comprehensive understanding. The scientist is not a person who gives the right answers. He is the one who asks the right questions. Incisive questions foster ethical alignment. The most important and fundamental responsibility of our time is to ask the right question. Now I'll tell you, this asking question like a Prashna Upanishad, it was not India alone. There are various books all over the world in the centuries before. They all encouraged generations to ask questions. So asking question is a very important thing about prompt engineering. Now the second thing is about debates. One art, one capability which is missing from all our education system is the power of debate. Because when I have to answer a question or when I am in a debate, my mind is in its utmost of the preparation, because I cannot waste time. I should be ready with the answer. That is the reason when you do PhD, when you have to defend a thesis, your level of preparations will be different. When you have to go through a viva examination, your level of preparation will be different. But when you have to go for a written examination, your preparation will not be that good. That is the reason in foreign countries, in Russia, 60% of the higher education marks are from oral examination. In Germany, it is about 30 to 40%. In USA, if you cannot stand by speaking, spontaneous speaking and engage in a debate, you cannot pass a higher education examination at all. In countries like Singapore, all these universities are very high on QS ranking. In Singapore, when they used a flipped classroom, every class, actually classroom is flipped, and the students are taught to attend debates in their domain, in their subject or specialization. So these are all the things very important for our prompt engineering, but it is not absolute necessary. I am going to show you the most important part of this now. Before we start, now let us see AI gives us superior results only if we are smart at asking. We have to ask, then we get. For example, generative AI can automate a task. Generative AI can automate tasks, get advice or give advice, write and debug code, generate ideas and brainstorm, create content, build website and apps, chat, analyze data and generate data, or to create physical objects. I will tell you here the way in which the technology is growing. Here, for example, the last point what I have written is generative AI can create physical objects. For example, I can tell ChatGPT, I need a teacup of this color, this shape, with this place it is round, with a handle. If I can properly explain, articulate to ChatGPT, ChatGPT can give a prompt to another software which is linked to 3D printing. This 3D printing can print the same cup and give it to me. That means I can ask for the cup with my word, I can get the cup in my hand physically. So when this is the way technology is growing, it is the prompt that is going to control everything. So let me speak about this. Let us come to this. I will tell you individually at a later stage how ChatGPT automate tasks, to how to give advice, write and debug code, generate ideas and brainstorm, to create content, to build a website and apps, for chatting, analyzing data and generating data sets, and for physical objects. So asking the right question is the unleashing of AI's potential. You will get these notes and on LMS, but my request to each one of you is that from here on, what I am speaking, please be very attentive. The reason is what I am going to speak is this is the basis for research methodology through ChatGPT. When we are going to blend ChatGPT with the research methodology, and with that, you are going to become superior researchers. I am going to tell you the ways in which you will find new and original information from nowhere. You need to only prompt appropriately. You will get new and original information. Publishing a paper new on a journal is not going to be very difficult if you are learning prompt engineering, how to use prompt. I am going to speak about that in this program, how to generate original new ideas so that you can publish 10 or 20 papers. So that is not going to be difficult, but that particular ability is to be acquired through prompt engineering. So therefore, my request to each one of you is that you please be attentive, and you please see the other details from the LMS. And before I start, I will tell you my phone number, because if you are not clear about anything here, you can WhatsApp me, you can send me message so that I will respond to you. It is 967 367 0033. I will put it on a chat. So I am giving this so much of importance because it is my wish, it is my dream that each one of you becoming very good in prompt engineering. I know that it will be little difficult to it will be little difficult to grasp everything immediately, but it is there on LMS, and I am on call. You can contact me. With that, let me start with what is a prompt. I told you here that one. What exactly is a prompt? It is a group of words we are encouraging a hesitant ChatGPT to action. And engineering means we are skillfully arranging. We are telling ChatGPT what to do. Means we are fine-tuning ChatGPT in such a way that we will get the answer what we really need. So there are many interesting things. So I am going to do things one by one. What is prompt engineering? So this prompt engineering involves creating specific instructions or questions to guide the output of a language model such as ChatGPT. Okay. Now before we go further, I wanted to tell you few things here. See, what is AI? What is generative AI? How intelligent is artificial intelligence? Or how artificial is artificial intelligence? So let me tell you one example. We all know that in Bangalore, there is a very famous heart hospital called Marian College Kuttikanam. And you all know that there is a very famous doctor called Dr. 𝐏𝐸𝐴. What I understood from a person who has undergone heart surgery is that in the operation theater, there will be some 6 or 7 beds parallelly, and all the heart surgery patients, they lie there, and the Dr. 𝐏𝐸𝐴 has got some very good doctor assistants. They will do most of the things, and the important part which is required, that Dr. 𝐏𝐸𝐴 comes and does. Now, let us take an example that Dr. 𝐏𝐸𝐴 decides that he wants to develop a robot for doing the heart surgery. So what happens? Dr. 𝐏𝐸𝐴 can program a robot in the way in which Dr. 𝐏𝐸𝐴 does everything. And this robot can start, one fine day, the robot can start doing the heart surgery. Now, here the problem is that this robot will stop at the place where this robot is not programmed. That is what the AI is. In the case of traditional artificial intelligence, it can work only based on the algorithm fed to that. For example, a chess playing robot, it cannot move forward or act when it comes to a particular situation where it is not programmed. Now, I am going to tell another situation. Suppose Dr. 𝐏𝐸𝐴 using a technology called machine learning. 𝐏𝐸𝐴 is allowing a camera, this machine learning infrastructure to watch how Dr. 𝐏𝐸𝐴 is doing the surgery. And after 300 or 500 observation of heart surgery, this robot is going to learn. It is going to learn how Dr. 𝐏𝐸𝐴 is doing the surgery. In such a situation, this machine learning algorithms for this generative AI, it is working based on what is the most probable next. Means when we search a Google, what we are getting is every answer is coming at a time. But in the case of ChatGPT or Bard, it is getting generated. It is flowing like a spring. It is because it is actually thinking what is the most probable next. That's all. It doesn't have any more thinking there. When it is generating, it is there. Therefore, when this machine learned robot is stuck in a heart surgery, it is going to think what is the next probable best, and it is going to act accordingly. So when we are speaking about how artificial intelligence is, in a traditional way, it has intelligence only up to where it is taught. That is what they call teaching of robot. But when it is coming to this generative AI, it is actually seeing what is the most probable next. So it goes on. So artificial intelligence has got intelligence only up to where it is taught, and how intelligent is how much it is taught. So now let us go ahead from here. So the prompt is the thing we are feeding to this generative AI. We are going to explain what we want, and there are certain structure of that. There are certain tactful way to ask for that. This particular session, I am going to completely speak about this. Now we are coming to one symbol, which is the simplest prompting formula. This is the magic prompt formula. You need to put this four. One is context, second is task, third is instruction, four is if you can give, please give an example or data. So as shown in the animation, prompting involves crafting clear and specific instructions on queries to elicit the desired response from the language model. Now, I will tell you an example here, practical example here, an example prompt. This context, task, instruction, example data, how it is done. See, example prompt using the magic formula. Context. Act as a professor of Stanford University who mentored many startup companies from ideation to public issue. Now, now we are giving a context. We are telling a task to the professor. Write a motivation email to the students of a tier 2 engineering college in India about starting up their own venture instead of searching for lowly paid, no valuable experience job. Now, what is the instruction? Make the email really inspiring and must resonate with the age group of 21 to 22 years on the core branches of engineering like mechanical, electrical, electronics, mining, and metallurgical engineering. Talk about the benefits of social entrepreneurship too. Now, fourth one, we include some examples of successful Indian entrepreneurs who, despite financial struggles, built great companies. So this is a classic example of a prompt. Now, while speaking this, let me speak about some very important points about this Google search and this prompting. As I was telling you day before yesterday, Google search is existing for about 22 to 25 years. And there are people, they are using Google for more than 10, 15, 18 years. But you know one funny thing, when we conducted a survey, not even 1% of the Google users, not even 1% really went and read the Google's instruction of how to use Google. Therefore, there are advanced, very intelligent search methods on Google. People do not even know the existence of that. Therefore, they just put some keyword and whatever garbage comes out, they say that, oh, this is what I got from Google. As I was telling you the day before yesterday, we had experience with 5 NITs where this computer lab students were asked to search for something from Google, and 60 students are getting 60 answers. It is because no one has put a 1 minute study. Every year Google says, please search Google in this way, that nobody is reading. That is what exactly same thing. I have seen this on ChatGPT, people putting keywords. ChatGPT is a conversational tool. Just with the keyword, you are only confusing that. And ChatGPT requires a plain English. Even if you change an article or a comma, ChatGPT will get a different type of a thinking out of it. So therefore, we need to really understand how to use ChatGPT, and ultimately we are going to be the beneficiary. Let me go further from here. Now this is what the point, prompt wording. Prompt wording is very important. The wording of a prompt is paramount. It guides the language model. You know that ChatGPT is called LLM in generating the desired output. So the question or statement must be phrased in a way that ChatGPT can understand. Accurate phrasing enables ChatGPT to respond accurately. When I say ChatGPT, it is any LLM, any language model. Therefore, it is important that even the prompt, if we are very serious work, in a very serious work, we have to use prompt. We have to make sure that we are putting the right words so that we get the right answer here. Second is a sucking test. Sucking test is a prompt is essential for clarity and precision. So if we are using so many words, if it is wordy, ultimately we are going to confuse ChatGPT. It will start giving you some very different answers. So striking the balance between not enough and too much information can be a tricky, but with our experience or with the trial and error, we must learn that. I am going to speak about that one now. Let me tell you, prompting is the new literacy. Like we are learning our mother tongue or English or Hindi or any other language, the prompt engineering, prompting is going to be the literacy. Anything and everything out of generative AI, we can get a particular thing only through prompting. So therefore, it is a new literacy, it is a professional competency, enhancing collaboration, optimizing resources, innovation and problem solving, ethical consideration. And what I heard is that in USA, in Europe and in most of the countries, prompting is one of the most highly paid jobs now. When in USA, many graduate engineers, they start the salary with $48,000. I heard that even the people who are good in prompting, they are starting the job with $1.25 lakh. So prompting, we cannot miss. It is a very important skill. Now I am going to come to the first prompting technique. It is a first prompting technique. This is the technique everyone is using. So before that, let me see in the chat. If there is anyone has got any question now, I will clarify that and go ahead. If anyone has got any questions so far, so please let me. Okay, there are no questions, and Dr. 𝐏𝐸𝐻𝐻𝐿𝐻 sir said, please go ahead, so that I am going to. So, can chat serve regional languages? That is a question from Ramya madam. Madam, it is possible, but we cannot use the full potential. That's all. It may not, because I tried to get so much information by chatting in Malayalam, but I got only those things which are available in English. Okay, now let me go ahead with this. Input-output prompting. This is what the prompting 99.99% of the people are doing, but in a simple way. Simple in the sense, simple, straightforward way. They put a keyword or they just put one, put one question and they get a response and they say that, okay, this is what ChatGPT did. But there are much to do about this. The input-output prompt technique is generative AI involves guiding the model output by providing explicit instruction, that is input, within the prompt. This allows for more control over the type, style, or format of the response, that is output, that AI generates. Now let us say, we can tell formal or informal tone or anything in between that. We can control. I will tell you the details here. Formal or informal tone, we can tell ChatGPT to generate responses in a particular way, particular tone. Complexity of information means we can even ChatGPT, write ChatGPT to give a response. It can be read only a person with a PhD in English literature, or we can tell ChatGPT to give something a nursery school student can understand. Then we can control about the length of response, genre specific, that is a romantic story or in a horror story, emotion or sentiment, and factual versus creative output. Everything we specify, ChatGPT is going to follow that. Yesterday, someone was asking specifically whether we can do qualitative research with the ChatGPT. I would like to happily say that ChatGPT is for that qualitative analysis, because ChatGPT can understand emotions. ChatGPT can understand the meaning. It is not just a number crunching type of a tool. So now we have seen like this: emotional or sentiment, factual versus creative output, bullet tabular format. Even if we can get a JSON output. JSON output is a technical thing, but we can take it from one format so that we can create, replicate the same format elsewhere. So now let me show you some of the prompts. See, now simplest thing, translate the following sentence to Spanish. Hello, how are you? Now let me show you that. Now let me show you that one on ChatGPT. This is the simplest thing we can do. That translate the following sentence to Spanish. Hello, how are you? Now let me show you another thing. Summarize the following paragraph in 2 sentences in an informal tone. We will see that most of the work done by Quillbot or Grammarly, etc. is done by ChatGPT free of cost. See, you can see this. It is a sentence. It is a paragraph. Very difficult to make it into 2 sentences and it in informal tone. It is almost all students from remote areas who are enrolled in reputable universities encounter the humiliation of not fitting in. Firstly, for students like Vishal, it is a big shock to get accustomed to the culture. Now let us see like that how it is making into 2 with an informal tone. See, it has written it in an informal tone while speaking to me. See, create a short story about a dragon and a princess set in a futuristic city in a comic style. Means we are telling ChatGPT to do something and we are modifying the output. Prompt: using the principles of quantum mechanics, explain the double slit experiment for a high school student. This everything, our wish, let us ask, it is going to follow. Generate a Python script that takes a single mandatory command line argument perform. So it is going to do exactly. It is the simplest prompt, and I am going to show you much interesting and bigger thing. So let us go ahead. So what we have seen now is input and output prompting. We input by saying that you give the answer in this way, and ChatGPT going to exactly follow that. Now let us next one. It is role and persona prompt. It is the second simplest, but I request everyone from now onwards, when you are writing a prompt, please write with the role or persona. For example, ChatGPT has got this unique ability that we are going to tell ChatGPT, you are a chore, you are a thief. Then from that time onwards, ChatGPT is going to behave like a thief. Yeah, and then we are saying like that, okay, forget my previous command. Now onwards, you start behave like a policeman. From that moment, it is going to behave like a policeman, speak like a policeman, give answers like a policeman. So therefore, every time, please, now onwards, after this program, never write anything on ChatGPT without writing persona. You can even write, you can write like this: act as the director or the principal of my college and do like this. Then it is going to do like that. Now I am going to show you some examples of that one. Prompting. Act as a translator. Translate the following text, English text to Spanish. Hello, how are you? So here we are going to give a translator role. I am going to give you another symbol. It's a tutor role. Act as a mathematics tutor. Explain the concept of Pythagoras theorem to a 5th grade student. So anything prompting what you do, please put a persona. Your effectiveness, the type of the output you get, it will be magically different. Now let us go this thing. Storyteller role. Act as a storyteller. Narrate a suspenseful tale about the detecting solving a mysterious crime in a sleepy coastal town. It is going to take the heart of that. Now it is not necessary that role is a one page. It can be situation. For example, I will tell you, last week I lost my mobile phone. Even I can say like that. Act as a person who lost his mobile phone while traveling in train. So ChatGPT will understand that one and act like a person who lost his mobile phone while traveling in train. Similarly here, imagine you were Galileo Galilei defending your heliocentric theory before the Inquisition court. Write a passionate speech advocating for your scientific beliefs. Means even we can say like that, you are a person in this situation. Now how to behave? This everything, even though I am putting some general example, everything has got an implication when we are doing research. Whether it is a technological research or it is a social science research, it has got an implication. It has got an implication. So now you know that one. This imagine you are Galileo Galilei means he was in a very particular situation. He was killed for his scientific beliefs. But if you put this on ChatGPT, you will see that you will get a very passionate response here. Let me show you here. Now let me go to ChatGPT. I am going to put that the same prompt. Imagine you are Galileo and he is in the edge of his death cell. He is speaking and he is explaining about his scientific beliefs. See, honorable members of Inquisition, esteemed scholars and fellow seekers of truth, I stand before you today not as a heretic but as a humble servant of knowledge. It's a very inspiring and very interesting thing. Now let us go to next. So this was the second prompt. I said we have got about 27 numbers to speak. That I am going to explain today and on Monday. This is a foundation for our entire prompt engineering, the literacy of the future. You are going to use it left and right for your progress and for you to get a professional success, for your publications, for your research. It is not only you, your family members, your colleagues, everyone is going to benefit from this. So the second one is role or persona prompting. Now let us go to next one. This is an interesting thing. Let us think step by step or chain of thought prompt. Don't get confused with this big terminology. I will tell you this in a plain English. When somebody is telling us so many things in one flow, we'll tell that, hey, just says, wait. You please tell one by one. This is something we tell everyone. This is what exactly same thing ChatGPT also needs. Means there are complicated reasoning, complicated questions. When we are putting complicated reasoning questions or mathematical questions at one step, in one stroke to one shot to ChatGPT can make a mistake. ChatGPT can make mistake. So when we are putting a complicated thing, we can actually tell ChatGPT after giving the prompt, let us think step by step. Then ChatGPT will pause, start thinking step by step. In between, even we also will get an opportunity to intervene. I will show you one example here. That is, please see this one. This is not only a solution finding, it is a learning tool also. It's a learning tool also. First, I am telling what is the weight of an oxygen molecule. See, everywhere I want to write the persona, but because I am in this training, I want to reduce the number of text. That is the reason. Otherwise, I would write like this only. Act as a chemistry professor. Please tell me what is the weight of an oxygen molecule. Okay. So what is the weight of an oxygen molecule? I am asking ChatGPT. See, now ChatGPT has given me one answer like this. And now I am going to ask ChatGPT, what is the weight of an oxygen molecule? Let us think step by step. Now, all the teachers, all the scholars, all the researchers sitting here, please understand, anything if you don't understand, means we will see many things in the book, many things on internet, many things are complicated, we don't understand. Just to copy it and put it on ChatGPT and ask, let us think step by step. That complicated thing ChatGPT is going to break down and show to us. So let us think step by step is a very big learning tool. So after persona, I am going to tell you, please don't forget this one. Let us think step by step. So any problem you see, which is no need to go every time, go back to the research supervisor or some other person. Your friend ChatGPT is here. So you write the problem and write, let us think step by step. It is going to break down. It is going to show exactly like a very good professor explaining. It is going to explain step by step. Now, let me show you another example. Now, this is another example that, okay, what is the diameter of the moon? So when I tell step by step, it is going to tell me exactly how it came to that particular situation. Now think step by step. It is like this. Now let me go ahead because we need to go a little fast because already we received half. 0, 1 and few short prompt. This is another important thing. your prompting, your ChatGPT results are going to be very different when you follow this 0, 1 and few short prompt. Don't get confused with this. Short means only giving an example. Means you are asking a question and you are not giving any example to ChatGPT. It is called 0 short. And you are asking a question and you are giving one example, means what should be your expected answer, then it is called one shot. When you are giving few examples, it is called a few shot. I will show you the 0 shot. Now in 0 shot, see, summarize the following text, or when you are asking a question, it is called 0 shot. But when it is one shot, it is like this. Now let me show you an example of one shot prompt. I am going to ChatGPT. Please see this one. Write a 4-line rhyming poem about the moon. This is my prompt. I am telling ChatGPT, write a 4-line rhyming poem about moon. But I am giving an example. Example is only to give ChatGPT a hint that this is similar to this something I am expecting. Roses are red, violets are blue, sugar is sweet, and so are you. This is what the poem. Now let me see what now we are telling ChatGPT to do the same thing about moon. See, ChatGPT wrote a similar poem about moon. Now you please copy this thing and search on Google. You won't see anywhere because it is originally generated. If I can tell little more detail, ChatGPT is going to write a poem only for me based on my instruction. So this is what the 0, 1 and few short. Now I will show you the few short example. Yeah, this is another interesting thing. See, I am telling ChatGPT create a recipe for a chicken salad. I am telling 2 examples. Spaghetti, this I really do not know what is it, some spaghetti, and the second is vegetable stir fry. I gave 2 example recipes to ChatGPT and told that create a recipe for a chicken salad. ChatGPT understands that I want chicken salad, but these 2 are my favorite recipes. So ChatGPT assumes that I need a recipe in that way. So it will give. Now let us see. I am going to give this. See, it is making a chicken salad in the same way I gave an example for the recipe. Now, let me go to the next one. So some of the very, very interesting thing. Now I am going to show you the various prompts in such a way that it is going to make you all supermen and superwomen. I wanted to tell you that at my age, with ChatGPT, I really started thinking that God has given me 15 years more. Because the type of the work I do, everything is getting so fast, and I am getting very happy with my work. All thanks to the whoever made this miracle called ChatGPT. I am very happy with my work. I am not getting stuck at any place. If I am getting stuck, I can tell ChatGPT, I am getting stuck because of this reason. Just 1 second, I am on once again. So what we have seen here is 7, 0, 1 and a few short prompts. This, you have seen that. If you have an example with you, tell ChatGPT that one. And if you are confused, if you didn't get anything, please go back and think it. Let us think step by step. And before writing a question or a prompt to ChatGPT, always define who is ChatGPT. Even you can say that that act as a pickpocket And you please tell me that one. How should I keep my money when I am walking through Bangalore Majestic bus station? It is going to tell us what to do, because we already told ChatGPT that it's a pickpocket. Now we are next. This is very, very interesting thing. Very, very interesting thing. I am very sure that each one of you have gone through 𝐽𝐵 examination. You have gone through this salt analysis in the lab. Now I am going to show you some of the very interesting thing. So please listen to this. This is interaction prompt. ChatGPT is not a one unidirectional thing. It is a very important, very intelligent interaction tool. So it can go use information, retrieval, reflective, analytical prompts, creative, generative prompts. Don't get worried about this. I am going to speak in a very, very clear way. I am going to tell you an example. Now let me speak about this. Okay, now you know what is meant by interactive quiz. See, in interactive quiz, the ChatGPT is going to ask me first question. Then I have to answer. I may be right, I may be wrong. I will read it out. Create an interactive quiz on the given topic with 10 questions. Ask me a multiple choice question and I will respond. If I get it wrong, first give me a hint. If I am wrong again, provide me with the correct answer and an explanation. Then provide me with a new question. In the end, display my score out of 10. Now, I am going to write a topic. Okay. I will write like that, economy of India. Now ChatGPT says, great, let us get started with the quiz of the economy of India. I will ask you a multiple choice question. Now ChatGPT is asking me the first question and waiting. It's a 10 question MCQ, but it is asking me first question and waiting. It is because of prompt. Now, what is the currency of India? Oh, that is an easy thing I can give. Rupee. I gave answer. Now ChatGPT is encouraging me. Correct. The currency of India is rupee. Which sector is the largest employer in India? So that is the second question. Knowingly, I am going to write a wrong answer. I am going to write services. So it is showing incorrect. Here is a hint. This sector is closely tied to the rural areas of India. Okay, what is your answer now? Now I am going to put agriculture. So this is what it does, the interactive quiz. Now I will show you another. Now I will show you another interesting thing. Now I will say that forget for previous instructions. Okay. Now, I am very sure that most of you would have gone to the chemistry lab in college or school and would have done the salt analysis. Now, I am going to make a salt analysis instruction from the ChatGPT. That is an example of interactive. That is a ChatGPT as an interactive tool. I wanted to tell you most of this cannot be achieved by standard AI tools. These things can be achieved only by custom prompting. It is a prompt engineering. Now, act as a chemistry lab instructor. I have to perform a salt analysis. I am given with a substance whose description is given below. Please guide me how to do the salt analysis till the end. I am telling ChatGPT, you guide me to do the salt analysis till the end. That means guide me till I identify the salt. Only provide one step at a time. The description of the substance is white powder. Okay, I am asking ChatGPT, okay, what to do? I have a white powder. See, certainly I will give you, through the process of salt analysis, we will start with some preliminary test and a preliminary test. Step 1, solubility test. The first step to salt analysis is usually to check the solubility of the substance. Add a small amount of the white powder in a test tube containing distilled water. Shake it well and observe it if the salt dissolves. Please proceed with the step and let me know the result. Now ChatGPT is waiting for my result. Now let me say like that. Okay, okay, it is soluble. I told ChatGPT, okay, it is soluble. Now, great. The fact that it is soluble in water gives us some initial information. Now let us move on to the next step. Now it is telling exactly what to do. Now I have to do a flame test. If I do this thing, in the end, I will get a salt analysis. Now just imagine how easy it will be in a chemistry lab. Now I am going to tell ChatGPT, forget all instructions so far. Now it will come with a clean slate. Now you understood what is the interaction prompt? We can conduct 𝐬𝐻 examination through ChatGPT. You can give a topic, you call students there in the class, and ChatGPT is going to conduct the 𝐬𝐻 examination. ChatGPT can do many interactive. ChatGPT can do brainstorming. ChatGPT can do a startup program. ChatGPT can do many things like this. So 8 question, and now this module, it was about interaction prompts. Now let us go ahead. Next one. So if anyone has got any doubt, instead of me going, definitely let me see. Anyone is there on the chat? Can ChatGPT create any diagram for a particular concept? That is a question from Dr. R. Rameshwari. It is possible with a ChatGPT plugin. And there is a question from Anil Nair sir. Is it possible to provide generative AI with a sample of one's own works and ask it to create an article in the same style? It is possible. It is possible. For example, I will tell you a practical example. I am responding to Anil Nair sir's question. You take a university examination question paper. You give that one to ChatGPT and make 3 question papers exactly similar to this. It is going to give 3 similar question papers to you with the same level of Bloom's taxonomy questions also. Therefore, I am going to show you some of the things later as examples. So please be let us go ahead. Now, what is next question? See, one more question from Anil Nair sir. ChatGPT says it cannot take external files, but it provided with the key points in relation to our work. It can help us create new work in any. I am going to show you what are the things we have to do for the new knowledge. And when I am going to speak about research methodologies from start to end, I am going to show you special prompts. By using that, you will get many ideas to write new publications. Now there is a question from Mukesh Bhaskar sir. Sir, let your screen visible to all participants. Actually, I am trying best from my side. Screen can be zoomed. I am not sure whether I can do anything from my side in that way. Now,
no, the zooming has to. So I think the zooming has to be done from their end. If
okay.
Your screen is zoomed on from your end.
Yeah, right.
Screens you probably might see there's a button which says zoom in. If you increase that, you can increase your percentage of zoom. Okay, that you have to do it from your end. Suresh sir cannot do that. Okay, so if you zoom that, you can see the text clearly. If you're unable to see it 100%.
See, there is an interesting question from Mini Madam. Sir, what if same prompt is given by 2%? 2% will get a 2 and the same prompting in the sense when you are using persona, when you are using various techniques given, we are discussing here, definitely your personality, your requirement, your context and your position, everything is going to be reflected in your prompt. So even if everything is same, still it is very difficult to get the same. Okay, I am going to show you some of the settings on ChatGPT, and that will actually give multiple attempts and multiple regeneration. Now there is a very interesting question from Sunil Maske sir. Can it make UPSC interview tentative question? Yes, possible. And how much do they charge for ChatGPT Plus? That's a question from Pallavi Madam. Madam, this is $20 plus India government's 18% GST. So it will come something around 1,800 rupees per month. But if you are doing serious work, it is really worth. Otherwise, please share with somebody and please have access to that. Being an intellectual, it is a big thing because from ChatGPT 3.5 to ChatGPT 4, there are 700 times reasoning power difference. Okay. Now, Biplav Sinha sir, can ChatGPT generate or integrate quantitative analysis in social science research papers? For example, different statistical tests through right prompts. Yes, it is possible. We are going to discuss that in the coming days. And from Brahmata, yes, how the question paper should be given for ChatGPT? Because it is PDF, you need a URL for that. For that particular thing, we need to use an external plugin or external tool or an AI tool. As I was telling you that day, there are more than 17,000, 18,000 AI tools. Most of them are junk. Now, when you learn this prompt engineering, and next week you are going to see so much of prompting of research methodology from A to Z. So when you are seeing that, you will see each ChatGPT tool is only 1 or 2 prompts. They are making a big money out of that, and they are going to steal your data. They are going to steal your credentials, etc. Analysis is one among them. Searching for papers and getting bibliography, citation, etc. That is one among them. So like this, 3 or 4 numbers only we need. I am going to speak about those things later. You will get a clear information that with the ChatGPT or BARD or any other LLM, you need only some 3 to 4 tools, that too at present. Once these LLMs become big and they become versatile, even they may take away the business of many of these AI tools. Okay, now what is next question? See, now there's a question I am not naming the question like a ChatGPT is paid version or free. My request is that we have got many things to do. So therefore, if something which can be found from elsewhere, let us not ask the question here. It is not that I cannot tell. I gave my phone number. The same person can call me and send a WhatsApp, but I am little hesitant to say to spend everybody's time for that. I want to tune my patterns on particular topic and the time. I asked you to prepare a PPT on a topic, but it didn't. How can we get the text animated? See, it is a question. I asked to prepare PPT on a topic, but it didn't. How can we get our text to animated PPT? See, ChatGPT is text-based. It doesn't have any graphics unless it is supported by something else. So even for getting PPT, if you are going to use ChatGPT, we can get slide-wise what is to be written there and then advice on what should be the graph. But if you want to get a PPT, okay, sorry, that can be copied from here and we can place it on Microsoft PowerPoint and we can get a PPT customized for our requirement. But if you want automatically generate PPT, go to many PPT making tools. Out of the 17,000, my understanding is that more than 2,000, 3,000 is only PPT making tools. You go there and generate. But you carry a risk that your student also may make the same type of PPT and your peers also will take. Where is your individuality and where is your standing in that crowd? Therefore, it is very important that in this crowded world, it is to get a personality, you have to customize things, including custom prompting. So, do we have to use external plugin for research data analysis? Yes, madam. Yes, Sangeeta, madam. Very nice to meet you here. Yes, we have to do that. Okay. Now we are going back. Now we are going back to our lesson because there are no more charts. Now, this is another interesting thing. Previously, we have seen one prompt style called let us think step by step. Now, here we are going, let us think about this. We are telling, don't get confused or don't get into this. I am going to speak about this in plain English. Let us think about this is a very powerful prompt for ChatGPT, and it has got everything what I say. It has got a great implication in various stages of research. Now, let me show you this one. Prompt 1 example. I want to make a speech about the future of my country. Let us think about this. I have a dream. I want to now a second prompt. I want to write a movie script. Let us think about this. The Lion King. This, when we are saying let us think about this, we are going to tell ChatGPT that you do something like this. You can write a mathematical theorem or chemical theorem. Then we can write that let us think about this. So ChatGPT is going to write something very similar to that because ChatGPT knows this is what we are looking for. Now I will show you that one. I will show you exactly on ChatGPT this particular thing. See, we are all patriotic people. I want to make a speech about the future of my country. I will write Bharat. Let us think about this. I have a dream. We know that I have a dream is a very important patriotic speech by Martin Luther King. And even now, we can go to internet, we can listen to that. It is seen as a classic example how a speech should be ideally, or how a speech ought to be. So now let us see how ChatGPT is making just one word. Let us think about this. I have a dream. While making this, I wanted to tell you that some of the prompt engineering examples, these things are very important for research. So anyone who has participated in a similar program earlier, but please attend carefully because will not be much time when we speak about research methodology to go back and speak about ABCD. So there we will be using these techniques there in research methodology. so that you will come to know these are all the things we used in prompt engineering. So here, with that just one line, the ChatGPT has prepared a very good inspiring speech or a speech about our nation. I have a dream that one day Bharat will not just be known as the world's largest democracy, but also as its most effective. A country where every vote is not just counted, but every voice is heard, every concern is acknowledged. So it is writing such an inspiring, patriotic speech by ending with Jai Hind. So this is what is the prompt I gave? I just gave one line, that's all. I want to make a speech about the future of my country, Bharat. If I was doing only up to this, ChatGPT would have written something else junk. But when I put, let us think about this, I have a dream. ChatGPT got the idea. What is in my mind? Just one thing was enough. So let us think about this persona or interactive is everything. In that way, please remember that let us think about this is a very powerful prompting technique in ChatGPT. Now let us go back Okay, it is the same thing. See, I want to write a drama about unfolding scientific theory. Okay, these are all, it is very similar to this, but with a little. Now, we are coming to another very important thing. It is self-consistency prompt. Actually, here this is a partial answer to one question by Dr. Anil Nair sir. I will show you this. Self-consistency prompt is a technique used to ensure that the output of ChatGPT is consistent with the input provided. I will show you example. See, now the context is a teacher's conference. Task is to generate an inspiring speech. Instruction, the speech should be consistent with the information provided by the UGC and AICTE. Prompt, generate an inspiring speech to the teachers that is consistent with the following official information. That is a progress report about maybe OBE implementation from UGC to AICTE. Means you are telling ChatGPT to here the prompt formula is given. Generate an inspiring speech to the teachers that is consistent with the following official information. Means you are feeding ChatGPT with the progress report from UGC and AICTE. Automatically, ChatGPT will generate an inspiring speech to the teachers with the information from the progress report from UGC or AICTE. Let me see whether I can show you an example of this. I will show you another similar example because I do not have that UGC document. I will show you another one, but that is comparatively simple. Let us go to ChatGPT. I am writing, please read this prompt. Complete the first paragraph of our college admission brochure with the following starting line. Ours is a reputed education institution. The completion should be consistent with. Now, in the bracket, I am giving some information. Now, I am telling ChatGPT, I want a first paragraph, introduction paragraph of a college admission brochure. And these are all the information. Take information from there and you write your introduction. Now let us see what ChatGPT is doing. ChatGPT silently take the appropriate information from the reference information given and it is going to write my introduction. Introduction for me. I think here there's a small typo. Okay. See, ChatGPT has written a introductory paragraph for me, by taking one information given in a bracket separately. This is what the generative AI, it is generating. Even what is written in this style, tone, or the sentence, everything I can write, I can get it tuned. For example, I will tell you. I am going to write, please rewrite the above completion. See, completion is a ChatGPT word because it is generating. Completing, it is called the full. Completion with a slang used by people of southern Kerala. I will write especially Kottayam. See, it immediately wrote like this. Ours is a reputed education institution, with roots going all the way back to 1940. Alle. Over 3 years, we have churned out some real, we are the IT college around this. See, it has really taken the slang from there. So when we are speaking like this, when we can fine tune the tone of this thing, even to such a local regional thing, we can understand that why we need a Quillbot, why we need Grammarly. This is the way we can modify things. Now this is self-consistency. Now let me go to another example. See, example, summarizing document. I have seen that many people use the summarizing on ChatGPT just with summarize this. Summarizing is a very, very powerful thing. You can fine tune inch, element of the thing. You can summarize and you can control it. I am going to show you how we are going to do that. Summarizing document, task, summarize a news article, instruction. The summary should be consistent with the information provided in the input. See, for example, summarize the following news article about the discipline in colleges in a way that is consistent with the information provided. That is the discipline policy of your college. Suppose there was an incident at your college, and a person who has written, it is for the news, or it is for the police, or it is for the whoever it is, they wrote a document, it is to be publicized. You can put that into ChatGPT, and you can put college disciplinary document, also anti-ragging document, or that sexual harassment. It is related to document you can put, and you can tell ChatGPT, you write this thing inconsistent with that document. So ChatGPT is going to make 100% sure that the news you are going to release, or the information you are giving to the police, or you are going to give to the authorities, it is in line with the policies. So this is called self-consistency prompt. Self-consistency in the sense, it is going to make sure that it is consistent with something, it is actually taking care of its own. Now let me show you whether I can show another example. Oh, this I have shown already. It is about college example. See, here there is another example. It is check for consistency in a given news article. Suppose you have got a PDF. Suppose you have got a PDF document, and you want to check some. You want to check some information. So on ChatGPT plugins or on the AI tools like Ask Your PDF, etc., you upload the PDF and you can ask like this. The article states that the population of the city is 5 million, but later on it says that the population is 7 million. Okay, what is consistent? These type of interactions can be done, means you can always you can always check. Now I think there are certain questions in the chat. See, there is a question from Mini Madam, whether we have to upload the document referred in the prompt. Yes, Madam, if your document is small, because if it is within some 3000 to 4000 words, then you can copy and paste on ChatGPT, because it will take up to something around prompt plus your input, everything, it will take something around 4000 words, so that you can use it. Otherwise, you have to use some plugin or tools for using PDF, because time being ChatGPT is not allowing to upload PDF unless it is coming from a URL. So URL means you have to upload it on a place like a GitHub, or you should have some FTP, something you need to do. Now there is another question from Nandini Madam. Is it possible to change the content of the table information that is already created one? Madam, I could not understand this question. So if you can write the question once again, I will answer. Otherwise, you have my phone number. You can always contact me. Now there is no other question. Let me go ahead with our plan. So this is self-consistency prompt. We are going next. This is another very, very important thing for researchers, teachers, scholars, guides, everyone. It is called a seed word or seed phrase. A seed word or seed phrase in generative AI refers to the initial input given to the model to generate subsequent text. Means to generate subsequent text. The model uses this seed word or phrase as a starting point and generates a text that expands on it in a logical and coherent manner. It is a very powerful this machine learning, the AI technology, that seed word, seed phrase, and this has got it is a great help for teachers, researchers, everyone. So let me show you some example. The prompt formula is like this: generate something with the seed word or seed phrase and tell what is that. See, I am going to give a prompt here. It is seed word, seed phrase. For example, I am telling ChatGPT to write an essay. Let me go to ChatGPT and I am using this technique. I am not using anything very big. Generate an essay as a continuation of this sentence. All agricultural products have become expensive. Seed phrase, climate change is. Climate change is. I am not writing anything. Now ChatGPT knows what I want. It is a seed phrase. See, the most important point I wanted to tell you is that People use loose words in prompting. People don't take care while prompting. People do not apply structure while prompting. Then they spread bad news about ChatGPT. Such a versatile tool, whichever way we want, we can use it. And ignoring that is actually like ignoring our future. We are gambling with our future if we are not taking care of this. Now, if we were giving only, tell me, write an essay about write an essay about high cost of agricultural products. It would have made some junk. It would have made something not at all cohesive type of an essay. But when I use this magical word, seed word, it really made it totally structured it in a different way. So these are all the magics or custom prompting. No AI tool will give us this type of a flexibility. So now what we have seen is now a beautiful essay written by ChatGPT with one seed word. Now let us go back to our thing. These are all very similar. We can go. Okay. Now I am going to do 12. See, this is a very important thing for every researcher, every teacher, every scholar. This is a knowledge generation prompt. Knowledge generation prompt. Here I wanted to speak something because last day we had so much of deliberation regarding plagiarism and so much of thing by say even I remember I forgot the participant's name. She was telling that even if it is not found from where it is copied, even if it is not existing in the same way which ChatGPT is giving us an output, still if it is not coming out of us, it is plagiarism. Now, let me tell you one very good example. This I read in Reader's Digest some time back. One professor went to a classroom and professor told every student to take one A4 size paper, white paper. And the professor told, you draw a creature that can be animal, it can be bird, it can be anything. You draw a creature that is original. You take 1 hour. Students spend 1 hour. Everyone submitted, everyone returned the paper. But every creature was the combination of something of something. Something of something. One thing will have a head of an elephant or the tail of a dog. Something. This is what we need to understand what is meant by creativity. As I was telling you day before yesterday, Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple Computers, is seen or selected as one of the most creative person in the world. And this most creative person's definition of creativity is like this, that it is rearranging what we already know. Creativity is nothing but rearranging what we already know. That is the reason people who have read more, people who have came across more number of situations and incidents, they are more creative because they have got many things to rearrange. Similarly, what ChatGPT does is that based on our prompt, whatever ChatGPT has got a trained data, it is rearranging. Whatever poem I generated now, whatever essay I generated now, if we go like that, we won't get a similar thing anywhere. That is the reason we say like that. This knowledge generation prompt, we are giving enough information to ChatGPT so that ChatGPT can always, based on our prompting, it can make the most probable next. If it is a 1000 word information, poor ChatGPT is making effort for making 1000 most probable next. So with that, ultimately what we are getting is a new and original thing. So when we can rearrange whatever thing we have in our mind, we rearrange and we make it articulate in the form of a prompt. And when we give that prompt to ChatGPT, ChatGPT is going to take that innovative prompt as an input, and it is going to search and find out what is that most probable next. With this continuous chain of most probable next, we get the opportunity to receive something from ChatGPT which is new and original. I received many new and original things from ChatGPT. That is the reason at one stage of my talk, I was telling that even though I am sitting with this type of gray hair, I really feel that I gained some 15 years of my life because of ChatGPT. So now let us see how we can use ChatGPT for knowledge generation. So let us take this example 1. See, the simplest thing is like this, but the one very simple one, generate a new and accurate information about benefits of air pollution. I know it is little aggressive thing, and based on my ChatGPT setting, I do not know how it is. I can set ChatGPT for highly creative, then ChatGPT will definitely respond to this. Now let us see how it will do. Generate a new and accurate information about benefits of air pollution. See, this is a very interesting thing. Very interesting thing. I never thought that ChatGPT is going to give this many points. See, ChatGPT has given me 6 points. Benefits of air pollution. ChatGPT has given 6 points to me. Benefits of air pollution. I challenge anyone. Please copy this. Please go and tell that this is plagiarism. Then I will stop working on this. You won't see even such a question itself. So here it is, generate a new and accurate information about benefits of air pollution. It is only a small prompt. I can put complicated prompt more and more, and I can get very complicated new and original information from ChatGPT. I will show you example when we are speaking about research methodology. Now let me show you another interesting thing. Okay, it will answer Mini Madam's question. How to paste information also. I am going to ask one knowledge generation. See, based on this anthropological studies, what trends about EV scooter usage can we anticipate in the future? Now I'll tell you, anyone who is studying fashion, anyone who is studying industrial design, anyone who is studying language, we all know that there is a something cycle repeats, and a good indication of what is going to come is studying anthropology. So from anthropology, we will get to know what we are going to get in the future. Now, this is a question. See, EV scooter, electrical scooters are everywhere now. Now, what is going to be the future of that? We check it with the anthropological studies. So I gave it, I pasted one cultural anthropology information here, and I am going to see what is ChatGPT saying about this. Based on this anthropological studies, what trends about EV scooter usage can we anticipate in the future? Let ChatGPT say. See, based on the anthropological study report given by me, ChatGPT is telling how the electrical scooter market will evolve. Like this, we can give one research paper and we can get many similar thing out of that in line. Or we can get those things we will speak later. Now we are on knowledge generation. We have seen that how the knowledge generation is done through ChatGPT. These are all simple example I am taking because when I looked at the participants' profile, there are various there are participants from various domains. So that I am coming from engineering, but there are many people coming from language, history, biology, zoology. So it is not possible to show any particular scientific example here, but as we all believe, we cross the third level of Bloom's taxonomy, that is application. Like we can understand one particular theory here and we know how to apply it in another place in another context. So this is simple application of applied level of Bloom's taxonomy. Therefore, we have to understand the abstract or spirit from this, and we should be able to apply at another place. Okay, now this we will do tomorrow. That is knowledge integration. I have up to 27 different prompts like this, and I guarantee you that each one is going to be a milestone. It is going to change the way in which you use ChatGPT, and it is going to improve the way in which you teach. It is going to really make exponential growth in your plan for research or paper publication. So now it is, I think we have crossed only some 8 minutes more. So let it be for question answer. So anyone has got a question, please ask. So please ask so that whatever I know, I will share now. I can share with you. So there is a question from Radhu. Sir, how this model works, whether these content are fed by content providers or it's a writing the required by a software or algorithm, sir. Actually, this is well beyond this particular program, but still it may be of interest to many people. I will tell you. See, what is remaining in this is whatever is in the open, it is in the public domain, everything is trained and kept like a token. So that it is something like we are buying bricks. We buy bricks and we want to construct a house and bricks are lying there. So that ultimately we do not know while buying the brick which is going to be where. So with the trained data, this algorithm is written in such a way that it will decide what is the most probable next. Yeah, that's all. Now there is another question from Lijish. Sir, thank you so much. Oh, okay. I thought it was a question. Okay, next. Okay, now I get an idea about ChatGPT. Okay, very good. I am very happy. Then. Okay, here. Sir, please show some light on interview questions in competitive exam. Actually, this is not the thing. If you call me separately, and I will guide to you how to do. My phone number is there with you. Now there's a Neha Patel, madam. Nice. Okay, that is fine. Now there are. There is a question from Dr. Arpit Anil Panwar. We will have access to, yes, the access to this thing on LMS. What is the prompt to ask to give a full session on learning a subject? That is a question from Nasreen Ali. There is no shortcut here. It is actually, see, it is actually, you have a chisel, very good chisel, but that doesn't going to make a sculpture immediately. Similarly, if you have got a paint and brush, it is not going to. You have to really work on this, and the first step you are doing now. First step you are doing, that is you are learning prompt engineering. So prompt engineering is the literacy of the future. I am repeating, prompt engineering is the literacy of the future. Whoever without prompt engineering, they are known, they will be seen as illiterate. What are the prerequisites for obtaining a ChatGPT account? You should have an email, that's all. What are the then? What? Thank you for good. See, there is a question from Dr. P. Muthu Mari. If we comment to rephrase our sentence or research paper, it is a plagiarism. You are taking and you are rephrasing, it is plagiarism, because your input is only to tell it to rephrase the paper. It is a plagiarism. You have to use custom prompt. You have to add your idea. Flow should be different. Hypothesis should be different. But these are, everything should be given in the form of prompts. That is what we are going to speak next week. This will not show us plagiarized, but AI generated. Is that okay? I have no. It can be AI generated because AI is the new typewriter. AI is the new word processor. What is important is the idea. See, if the content which we take from ChatGPT is put back and ask whether AI generated, it is going to tell it is AI generated. Now, I have shown you one particular sentence, paragraph generated based on my prompt. Then I asked ChatGPT to modify it with a South Kerala English slang from Kottayam, and it gave such a different thing. If I copy that and ask ChatGPT whether it is ChatGPT generated, it will say yes. So therefore, nowadays AI can be used for refining my writing. I want to write a letter to Indian president, but I don't want to write with a spelling mistake or grammar mistake or mistake with the idioms and phrases and phrasal verbs. I am going to use it. I am going to write my thing, my letter, and I am going to put to ChatGPT. I use like this: act as an English expert. Please refine the text. Please refine the following text. Then I copy my text there. Idea is mine. Flow is mine. The tone is mine. But ChatGPT is refining. While refining, it will have that ChatGPT's generative AI style, whichever way I do. It is going to catch only that. It is not plagiarism. Now, how long does the content, our instructions, and stay in ChatGPT? I have got a ChatGPT Pro account, and I have seen even 3 months old thing also remaining here. I cannot tell exactly a date. Is ChatGPT bound by word limitation? Yes, yes. I told you that some 3,700 to 4,000 word. Can I get the source? Source is the information. I think it will be source of the information. See, if you use Bing Chat, in Bing Chat they are giving source of the information, but ChatGPT is more powerful. You can use the prompt here. You can get everything. You can go to Bing and you can see for that. Otherwise, even there are AI tools and plugins for that. Is it possible to use knowledge generation prompt through ChatGPT version 3.5? Yes, you can, but ChatGPT 3.5, the reasoning power is lower, much lower than 4. Sir, Turnitin is the best plagiarism checker, right? If you use ChatGPT, see, this is once again I wanted to tell you that never say like that. ChatGPT is not a generalized thing. It's a generalized thing. In what way, what type of prompt, by what effort, with what input you are getting from ChatGPT. That is what thing. It is not going to say it is plagiarism even by Turnitin. For example, I was telling in the beginning, I take a Maruti Maruti Swift car and saying like that its speed is 40 km per hour because it is a setting for that. Do we need to check the authenticity of the content? See, like we were telling that always ChatGPT or generative AI is a chain of thought. It is not that we give one, get one, and we take it and go home. We are going to write and submit in our name. It is not. It is a ChatGPT is a tool. We have to understand that ChatGPT is a tool. See, there is a movie called Karate Kid. I remember one sentence there. There are that karate has two rules. First rule is karate is for defense. Second rule is don't forget the first rule. Similarly here, ChatGPT is a tool. It is not a source. So we are using it as a tool. Our ingenuity, our talent, our skill, our past experience, everything is going to get reflected on our usage of ChatGPT. So therefore, you cannot or no one can say like that ChatGPT's output is plagiarism. I hope I am communicating. See, another question from Dr. Mustafa. Can I get the source from where ChatGPT got the information like Google? This is what I wanted to tell you. ChatGPT mechanism is very different. Google is and showing pages, but ChatGPT is in the elemental level. It is in the elemental level. It is in the idea level. Only in Bing, if you go and search something, it will go some of the source, but ChatGPT is not going to give. even if you copy this thing and go and search, you are not going to get a similar wording or a similar sentence there. Okay, I am very happy to see that Pallavi madam has got an 11-year-old smart son. ChatGPT gives different answers to some questions when we ask. See, ChatGPT is a conversational tool and always there is a chain of thought. So never, you whatever I have spoken, now I have given 12 different ways of using ChatGPT. Please start using that and then you see what is the magic happening. See, there's a question from Dr. Sneha madam. Can ChatGPT help me generate patent claims? This we have to say. I cannot authentically tell something. This we have to really investigate. What type of plugins do we require for data analysis? I am going to show you one plugin called Notable, N-O-T-E-A-B-L-E, Notable. That is the name. The site is notable.io. I will show you that on Monday or Tuesday. See, can ChatGPT help me generate patent claims for my idea? ChatGPT will definitely tell on which geography you live, means what are all the process for that, and you can follow that. See, if there is a limitation word output, there are 4,000. Are there free versions of BARD and MS Copilot? Yes. When I entered the same sentence as you wrote in ChatGPT, I got answers differently. Is it associated with my profile which I entered while creating? Yeah, that is a very good question. See, madam, you will get different answers. I will tell you. You give a prompt, very good prompt. And after you receiving prompt also, you are seeing a button there, regenerate. So when ChatGPT is giving you the opportunity to regenerate, so when it is getting questions from lakhs and crores of people, it is going to regenerate for everyone. It is very difficult to get an exactly same response from ChatGPT for even to the same prompt. See, this is a very good question from 𝐏𝐻𝐸𝐴𝐻𝐸𝐿 sir. Is it possible to understand a new mathematical tool used in advanced level? I have shown you the second or third one. Let us think step by step. You put a computer program and tell, let us think step by step. It is going to explain to you that computer program is step by step to you like a tutor sitting in front of you. Similarly, a mathematical tool, you can get explanation. So this let us think step by step, not only a way to make ChatGPT to think things in a simplified way and an accurate way, you can even get it, you can even use it as an excellent learning tool. Dr. CMA, could you please explain more on plugins required for ChatGPT? I will explain this on Monday. It is not that I am saying because of the time, because many people want to. I am very thankful that you all spend your good evening on this Saturday. Now, Teresa madam, one more question. Sir, if I want to get an information about a person working in any of the information, their publication, their current post, etc., are available in Google, but we won't get the same information through ChatGPT. Yes, ChatGPT won't give that information, but some information we can get, but you can use AI tools for that. That is one use. I am strongly recommending to use AI tools. See, if we write a research paper article using ChatGPT, how do we give the reference bibliography? See, this is a question. This is a question. By the end of this program, we are going to give you some 200 prompts. 200 prompts from ChatGPT, from research methodology start to end. Never try to get a research paper or publication with one shot. A house is built with bricks. Similarly, a research paper is made with tiny things built over time. We are using ChatGPT to make those tiny things. We are not going to use ChatGPT to make that entire research. So please understand, each tiny bricks, brick by brick, we will build the research paper, and we apply ChatGPT on brick level, not on the research level. Okay, I think I answered almost every question. There are no more questions here. If anyone has got any more question, can I use ChatGPT through mobile? Is it safe? It is safe because ChatGPT is very safe, but most of the AI tools are not safe. You can use Chrome, or you can use a Safari on mobile, and then you can use it. I have not tried with any app on that. Can we ask ChatGPT to provide us MATLAB code? Yes, you can. Even you can give a code and tell ChatGPT to explain also. It will explain what it is. See, this question I am not going to answer, because this question should not be asked here in this forum. What are the prerequisites for obtaining ChatGPT account? Because once I answered that you need an email account, that's all. It is not that I am arrogant or something. I am here to answer your question, but this is little beyond. Okay, will you please share the link for the ChatGPT version? See, ChatGPT version is very simple. They are giving only one. You can go for ChatGPT 4. You can go for ChatGPT 3.5, take an account, and after making that account, on the left-hand side bottom, there is your email ID and your credentials. Just click there. You can go there and pay some 1,900 rupees. Then this all wide world is in front of you. Will you be sharing your presentation with us? Presentation is there, including video and all. It is there on LMS.
All these sessions which the LMS. Okay, so you can access the LMS for the videos. Yes, I think sir has taken all the questions here in the chat. I think we have overshot by 15 minutes. I think we'll end for today. Our next session will be on Monday. We don't have a session tomorrow. Okay, please note our next session will be on Monday at same time, 7 p.m. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining again for this FDP session and taking your valuable time for this 2 hours. We will see you again on Monday, sharp at 7 p.m. We will be having Suresh Nambudiri to take the session on the prompt engineering, and that will be the part 2 of it. Okay, so we will see you on Monday. Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We will see you on Monday. Have a pleasant evening.